Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You are Chennamreddy, Shiv Ganesh Reddy. Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
So, a quick introduction, please.
Sir, as you have said, my name is Shiva Ganesh Reddy. I was born and brought up in Kadapa district from the state of Andhra Pradesh, sir. I have done my graduation in IIT Hyderabad in civil engineering department, sir. Suppose that I have been preparing for civil services, and this is my third attempt and first attempt at the interview, sir. Sir, apart from my academics, I am a sports and fitness enthusiast, and I also listen to a lot of podcasts.
Very good. So, should I address you as Shiv Ganesh?
Yes.
That's correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, tell me something about Kadapa.
Sir, as the name suggests, the Kadapa, it literally translates to the gateway. It has been the gateway of all the pilgrimage sites, sir, particularly the Tirumala. It has been the cultural practice, so people used to stay in Kadapa to reach to other pilgrimage sites. So apart from that, Kadapa is a place of religious tolerance because it has many religious places. Like for Muslims, we have Amin Pir Dargah, where the Muslims from all over the world will visit. And also we do have CSI Church for South India, where it has global recognition, where all the people will visit, sir. So broadly these two aspects. And third is, it is mostly focused on the agriculture, sir, based on economy. So these 3 points are unique to Kadapa.
Right. So, with a background in civil engineering, why do you want to get into the civil services?
Sir, I come from an agricultural background, yes, sir, from rural background. So I thought by being in civil engineering, I can only address a part of the solution, not address the solution in a comprehensive way. By being in the civil services, sir, I thought I can address a lot of grassroots issues comprehensively. That's the reason, sir, I want to be in civil services.
Right. Now, you would have heard that there is some controversy with regard to the role of governors these days. Can you tell me what exactly are the contours of this controversy?
Sir, one controversy is regarding the appointment of the vice chancellors in the university. So many state governments are of the apprehension that the governor of the state has not been taking their advice, and he is taking the advice of the union government, which is severely hampering the federalism, sir. And secondly, with respect to, sir, and some of the states like Tamil Nadu, the governor has been refusing to accept the report that has been given that he should address in the state legislature. So these are the couple of things, friction happening between the state and the legislature.
Anything with respect to bills passed by the state legislature?
The NEET bill has been passed by the state of Tamil Nadu, and it has been sent to the president's consideration, sir, by the governor of Tamil Nadu. Right.
Now, there's also a controversy with respect to freebies. Particularly, it was witnessed in the latest election, and a PIL has also been filed saying that this colors the exercise of voting in terms of offering inducements. So, what is your opinion on this?
Sir, in my opinion, whatever the resource that the government spends should have the maximum efficiency in terms of bringing the social capital, sir. So, if excessive freebies which does not provide any long-term impacts like improving the capabilities of an individual, so it is not productive, sir. At the same time, we should also take care of the needs of the poverty, sir. So that we need to do through direct benefit transfer. So these cannot be considered as freebies, sir, because we are a socialist and capitalist economy. We should balance the both aspects, sir.
Right. Have you heard of the term bullet train?
Yes.
Why is it called a bullet train? Is it because of the speed or some other reason?
Sir, right now technically I am not aware of, but one reason could be the speed.
In fact, it is not the speed. It is the shape of the nose of the train that is like a bullet. Thank you.
Shiva Ganesh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, you are a cricket player and a hockey player. Which is your favorite?
Cricket.
Cricket. What do you do?
Sir, I am a wicket-keeper batsman.
Like Mahendra Singh Dhoni?
Yes.
What position do you bat?
I open the innings, sir.
You were an opener, which was not Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Farooq Engineer.
I have heard his name, but I could not recollect.
You haven't been reading about cricket?
Yes, sir.
Farooq Engineer is a legendary Indian wicketkeeper, opening batsman. All right. So tell me, what's the difference between a cut and a drive?
So drive we do for the full length delivery. Whenever we hit the ball through the straight drive, we call it a straight drive. When we hit the same ball through the covers, we call it a cover drive. Sir, cut we do for the short length ball outside of the off stump, sir. So to like mid off point, these two.
What's the difference?
So the fundamental difference, I would say, is the length of the delivery, based on the length of the delivery and the.
You drive the ball. Your optional is physics. You drive the ball. You put lot of force behind your shot.
Yes, sir. For a drive, we use the forward momentum towards the ball.
In cut,
We use the backward momentum to drive the ball.
you use the momentum of the ball to place it at different parts of the field. All right, you are a physics optional. I'll ask you 2-3 questions, short ones. What's the difference between fission and fusion?
Sir, in fission, a big nuclear molecule is break down into its subparts, and in the meantime, it gives the energy as E is equal to
Breakdown or split? Split into.
split into two constituent nuclear components, and it gives rise to the energy, sir. Whereas in fusion, two smaller components fuse together to form into a big nuclear compound, and it also gives rise to energy, sir. And it is.
Where does this energy come from?
Sir, mass energy equivalence, as Einstein proposed, E is equal to mc square. So the difference in the mass will give rise to the energy, sir.
So when they are fused together, the mass becomes less, is it?
Yes.
All right, good. Prime Minister, during his recent visit to France, from Marseille, he went to ITER. What is ITER?
Sir, I could not recollect the exact name. It is regarding the thermonuclear project that all the countries have been participating in, develop a fusion reactor at the France, sir.
You are right, it is International Thermonuclear Energy Reactor. And what happens there?
Sir, all countries are investing heavily. Sir.
Okay. Investing for what?
Investing to produce fusion energy, sir. They are trying to produce the fusion energy by combining deuterium and tritium molecules. So they are trying to achieve the breakthrough.
What is cold fusion? All right. My last question. This is your second option, right? Half spark. What is half spark?
So, Armed Forces Special Protection Act.
Not protection. Special powers.
Yeah, special powers. So this gives the governor in the northeast states special powers to.
Only northeast state.
Sir, I'll have to know more about it, but it has been used specific. Even it is used in the Himachal state also, but the main purpose is to ensure that the security and the law and order is in place. The governor has the special powers to bring these armed forces into those areas. So.
Your knowledge of this act is very sketchy, right? Okay.
Okay, so good afternoon. I should call you Shiva, Ganesh, or what?
Shiva will suffice.
Shiva is good. Okay, very good. Shiva. Okay, so you are an engineer. So my first question is, when is the Engineers Day celebrated and why on that?
Ma'am, I'm not aware of.
Oh, really that. So again, you're a civil engineer. So my second question to you is going to be, can you name any three modern civil engineering monuments, buildings in India today? The new one.
Ma'am, can I name bridges also?
Huh?
Should I specifically?
Yeah. Name any three engineering fields.
Ma'am, the Statue of Unity in Gujarat.
Yes, very good.
And second would be the Chenab Railway Bridge in the Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes. Why is it famous? Because it is the
It is the highest railway bridge that has ever been constructed in India.
yes. Okay. Second, third.
And third, I would say, is the Pamban Bridge in Rameshwaram. connecting the mainland.
Atal Setu, there are other many examples. Now, because you are a civil engineer, I am asking you this question. How is the construction of Ram temple different from construction of other temples? There is something different. So, tell me at least 3 criteria by which it is different from the normal construction.
Ma'am, I'll have to read more about that.
You will have to read it. But they read, it does not use iron, steel, it is not made up of sandstone, marble, whatever, Even its base is made something different. Okay, I'll leave this engineering questions and move to another one. When was the last census held in India?
Ma'am, 2011.
2011. So it is, 10 years exercise, or when is the next census going to be held in India?
Ma'am, actually it should happen at 10 years interval, but due to COVID, it was postponed, but I'm not aware when.
तो कोविड तो खत्म हो गया ना, अब 23, 24, 25 में कोविड खुला है. So where is the census? We are going to have the census.
Ma'am, I'm not aware of.
Who conducts the census?
Census commissioner, commissioner of the census. No, I'm not aware of the exact author.
Would you be knowing it comes under which ministry at least?
Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation.
No, that's not right. So again, I'm going to move to another question. What is an OCI?
No, I'm not able to recollect.
Okay, I'll leave that question. What is the difference between deepseek and deepfake?
DeepSeek.
Deepseek and deepfake.
DeepSeek is an AI model developed by the China, and whereas the deepfake, we are talking about the fake images that the developers use to produce fake images of the individuals. This is the fundamental.
So, what are your comments on the DeepSeek? I mean, why US and all they're making so much halagulla about it?
Ma'am, firstly, the Chinese have been able to develop it with very less resources, ma'am.
Are you knowing the amount?
Ma'am, I'm not able to recollect the amount, but they use the technique called rounding off, ma'am. Ma'am, for instance, if you have a digit called 1.235 which has 7 decimals, the Chinese use the technique called rounding off. So they only use 2 decimal points. They are little bit compromising on the accuracy, but it needs a very less data, ma'am, because of the rounding off technique, and they have been able to achieve that feat because of this technique rounding off.
What is India's view? India will be willing to use DeepSeek?
Ma'am, I think India should use DeepSeek provided that the data is very localized and the security and ethical concerns are addressed to the needs of the.
Whatever we have read till now, it says that anybody who uses DeepSeek, the data is going to China. So,
And that is that.
you have to compromise with your security, with your data. So, can it be used? Many countries they've already said we are not going to use DeepSeek only because of this.
Ma'am, DeepSeek has 2 models. Another is the R1 model, that is a reasoning model, and that does not take the data to China, and that model we can use to develop our own models now.
Yeah, that is a better idea if India uses this as an example and makes its own AI model. Okay, my last question to you is, since you're an engineer, what does MBBS stand for? Oh, thank you.
Shiva, you're a civil engineer, right? And you are answering good questions about the civil. And your father is in agriculture. How much land you have? Your father has
3 acres.
3 acres. And what you grow?
Sir, in Kharif season we grow paddy, in Rabi season we grow chilies.
Chili. Why chili?
But chili, because it is economically more profitable than the other crops, particularly in Andhra. The chilies of Andhra is much more spicier than the other parts, so it has much more demand in the market.
How you decide that this is more spicy? There is some measurement of this.
For measurement, I am not aware of.
You have heard of some Bhutia chili? Okay. You're talking about that your place Kadapa is a gateway to religions. Recently there is a controversy over the Muslims living in the hills of Tirumala. Can you tell us something? What the controversy is about? Have you read about it?
Particularly with respect to the people there, sir.
Yeah. You understood my question? No.
Sir, I'm only aware of the stampede issue that has happened there, but
Recently there was news reports about that, Muslim being population people. You're not. You're about this, know this about the ghee controversy?
Yes.
What is it all about?
sir, the laddus that are being made in Tirumala, the allegation has been that the ghee that has been used was adulterated to a certain extent. So it is right. It is under the investigation, sir. So it is going under investigation.
There is something, there's some arrest have been made. You don't know that? Okay. There was a news report I was reading that India has the Guinness Book of Records for constructing highest movable road in India. As a civil engineer, what kind of problems do you think the contractors or the civil engineers will encounter when constructing that road at that altitude?
Sir, one could be the seismic activity and the local topography that is a significant challenge. And second would be the mobilization of the resources, the cement. These aspects, mobilizing becomes a very significant issue. And third could be the resistance also from the local people if they are there. So these three would be the significant challenges they'll have to deal with.
Don't you see that the performance of the equipment will be affected? Because we are talking of 19,000 feet height. What is the implication of 19,000? Do you understand that? Can you explain to us?
Sir, wind resistance also becomes a significant factor, and maintaining that project for over long periods of time will also be a significant.
What about the breathing problem? Because the oxygen, what percentage of the oxygen one is getting at that height, at 19,000?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact number, but definitely it would affect the function of the workers there, sir. Because,
do you know something what's happening within Bangladesh? Sorry, not Bangladesh, but Pakistan and Afghanistan.
So the groups in Pakistan that Tehrik-e-Taliban, they have been demanding sovereignty from the Pakistan. So there have been border disputes along the Durand line between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Sir, it was formed during the British, after the British, when British were leaving India. So it was not done properly. So that was the main issue.
So it was done in 1940s. You said when the British were leaving India. So I assume that you are talking 1940. Okay. And what is the attitude of the government of Afghanistan towards this? Okay. Thank you.
Right, so Shiv Ganesh, we come to the end of our formal interaction. This is your first UPSC interview?
Yes.
And which date?
March 7th.
March 7th. So, what is your self-assessment? How did the interview go? How did you perform?
Sir, I could have done much better. Like the questions that I didn't know, the sir was asking. So I could have right away said that I did not know, but I tried to attempt such questions, and also my knowledge has to be enhanced, particularly with the engineering thing that the ma'am was asking.
So definitely, Shiv Ganesh, you're a very promising candidate, because you see, we are looking at various aspects as to whether you have the officer-like abilities and traits. So I'll give you some inputs right from the time the interview starts. First thing is, you are sitting in a very stiff posture. Keep your hands like this, and just not whatever is your comfort level. Like this, it could be like this, it could be whatever. Don't be self-conscious about it. The second thing is, you have to be clean shaven, hair is to be properly combed. We want an officer coming in, and you have the physical presence, good physical presence, good personality. So you have to leverage your strengths. Please stand up. I want to see the length of the tie. It's too short. It should cover the belt buckle. and shoes neatly shined. Huh? Right. So, please take a seat. So, it is essential to understand here, Shiv Ganesh, that we are looking for a well-rounded personality who can articulate the answers in the way that makes an impact and which is impressive. And questions are going to come from four main sources: your DAP, your current events, subject, the optional subject which you took, and the subject of your graduation. What was your optional subject, by the way? Physics. So, in all of these, if you can just brush up your knowledge, so you know what happens is that we are looking to engage with you and have a meaningful discussion, fruitful discussion on so many topics. But from time to time, it's like putting a key in a lock and unlocking some aspect of your personality. But if the key jams too many times, then the impression given is that you have not been preparing properly or that your knowledge base is weak. So then it hits the speed breaker time and again, and then it becomes problematic. So here, for instance, Engineers Day, right? It's Sir Vishveshwaraya, September 15.
17.
No, 15.
17.
So that would have led to discussion on the, what were the contributions of Sri Vishveshwaraya. But all that, because the initial thing was not there, so it drew a blank. Similarly, Farooq Engineer, I mean, such a dashing player, and as a wicket-keeper batsman, he was the first to make waves, much before Dhoni and others. Right? So, nothing is lost. You can still do a very good job. I would suggest in the time which is available, take some 25-30 of these A4 size sheets. Divide them into those four categories I talked about: your DAP, current events, subject, and optionals. And write down 4 or 5 questions which are likely to come. No guarantee that they will come because it's all random, but this exercise will help you. Then completely cover that particular aspect, study it thoroughly, reduce it to 4 or 5 bullet points in order of priority, and sit in front of a mirror and practice. No substitute for practice. Practice makes perfect, right? And try and modulate your voice, right? It should go up and down. It should not be monotonous. At the moment, it is just one even keel, right? So, work hard. This is a God-sent opportunity. Don't let it go waste. Best of luck.
Don't run away. Sit down. You don't want to listen to our views.
I definitely would love to.
You see, you have already been told about shaving and combing your hair. Your tie knot is not proper. The color of tie is also not proper. But the most important point is your large number of knowledge gaps, as you yourself admitted. So that you will have to, the time available with you is 15 plus 6, 21. 3 weeks time now. 3 weeks time. Okay. So you should be able to cover up as much of knowledge gap as is possible. A few that I remember, I noted down. About AFSPA, your knowledge was very sketchy. Physics is your optional. Cold fusion. Cold fusion is a fusion reaction which is carried out at the room temperature. As simple as that. Fusion is the answer to energy crisis in the world. Because there is abundance of hydrogen gas, if we are able to use it to produce energy, your problem is solved. Uranium is limited. Thorium you have only mostly available in India. Plutonium is limited. Nuclear energy kahan se aayega? So thorium is the answer. ITER is precisely doing that. And that is why Prime Minister Modi went all the way to visit ITER along with the French president. This is a very momentous occasion. You should have known about it. Then your knowledge about construction of roads at heights. You know, not only the oxygen level is less, and therefore the stamina of the workers will get affected. Even the performance of the engines, because all compression engines, they also work with the help of oxygen in the atmosphere. So engines which do not require that much of oxygen, only that will work. What else? Durand line. Durand line, you know the Afghan position. Durand line, you see, on either side of that border are the Pushtani population. Pashtuns.
Yes.
Pashtuns. There are both in Afghanistan, there are both in Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't want Pashtuns from Afghan side to come this side. Afghanistan says we don't believe on this international line artificially drawn by the British because all are our people. So that is the basic problem of Durand line problem. Understand? Please know about it. Anything to add, ma'am?
Okay, you already know where are the points or the areas you have to work. You still have 3 weeks. And the good point about you is the personality is very good, your communication skill is very good, and you're a very confident person, and you're an engineer. These are all your plus points. So current affairs and all, newspaper padho, roz TV ki news dekho. I'm sure you're going to do well. Okay? Wish you all the best.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.